Oh my God. Sorry, I just had to go take my house coat off. I have had to go through hell and back to come on live. What aggravation. Okay, so moving on from where I left off yesterday. So I've been coming live to kind of, first of all, to get the engagement going on the account again, because the account engagement is ridiculous, okay? And totally not our fault. It just is what it is right now, and kind of just have to work with it. Thankfully, got set up properly. So yesterday I talked about party dresses that we have on sale. Currently, we have end of season sales going on. My goodness, we need to clear out some stuff. A lot of items I feel like we were a bit too heavily stocked on, and it made sense for the stock levels made sense for Von Mills and like holiday seasons and stuff like that. But now we need to bring in some new styles and take care of a few things. So we need to get the a lot of stuff out of our I guess you'll call it warehouse storage, whatever it is. So we're having end of season sales. We are in August. So it's closer to like back to school. Our back to school sales are going to coincide with the end of season sales. It's a really good time to get good deals. Probably going to reprice some things again. Party dresses that we have, like, I just want to get rid of them. They're not coming back. They're not staying in the store. Not restocking any of those things. I don't like doing too much advertising for items that we are not restocking, things that are not staying with us. And clubwear is not staying with us. Anything overly sexy, overly like showy, whatever, is not staying with us. Now, the last time we had a location open, so essentially last summer, we did a $9.99, what was it? $9.99, $19.99, and $29.99 sale on all that stuff. I don't know if we could do that with the website, but we do have items that we just really need to like get off, just offload essentially. So check out the website. There is a last call section on the website where that's the stuff that's just not coming back. That stuff is constantly going to be repriced, and that stuff is probably also going to be like once it sells out completely, we're going to get rid of it. A lot of that stuff, if you see it, sometimes I want to say a good number of them, there are not a lot of pieces of it. So there are things in there where it's literally like one piece left, two pieces left, three pieces left. Like when it says low stock, it like is lower than normal stock. It literally means like I went through it, and that's the only one that I could find. So if you do see something that is on in the last call section, grab it. It might be a one of one. Everything is not everything. There are some things that, you know, like gowns and stuff like that that are gonna be like, you know, over $200 or whatnot. But for now, most of the things that have been uploaded are like, you know, I'm looking at from Canadian currency, so like 69.99, 49.99, 79.99. Like they're just like really priced to go. Everything is straightforward. Before I get into the items that I want to talk about today, the return policy is very straightforward. It is 4 steps to getting a return that starts very simply by just literally filling out the return form. You can find that under contact us or in the footer of the website. So if you scroll to the very bottom, you're going to see a link for a size chart, and then you're going to see a link for returns and shipping. It's like 5 or 6 questions, I think, that are straightforward. Your name, your email, the day you bought, the item you bought, the reason for the return. Straightforward, to the point. Fill that out. You're going to get a response. You're going to get instructions in the response of what to do. The return procedures are very, very simple. I don't think there's a section for exchanges. However, one thing that I do recommend, and I'm probably going to keep repeating this, is when you're at the point where you are trying to decide on something and you're not sure, meaning that the pictures are not giving you everything that you need to know, you're not satisfied with what you're reading, what you're seeing, please send a note in the contact us section. It's going to send an email over here. Somebody's going to respond, get back to you, and just let you know whatever your concerns are, to just give you an opportunity to make validate your concerns first before you make a purchase. Because I know how it is when you're shopping online and you're kind of thinking to yourself, you're not 100% sure on something. Don't pull the trigger if it's like a proper concern. So say for example, if the item is a size large, you're not sure of the stretch of the item, you're not sure if it's going to fit you, if you're like between a 14 and a size 12, send a note on the contact us page. Don't just go straight forward and purchase. Send a note first and just be like, I'm thinking of this item, this is my size, do you think this item is going to fit me? Even if it has to come down to somebody sending a picture, you can't do it on the contact us page, but if you want to, you can put a note in and say, hey, I want to send in a picture, and then we can actually email you, not on a different platform, in a different way where you would be able to send in a picture, and then I can look at it and kind of give you an idea of it. Most of the things we have right now, I have a really good, not most of the things, everything that comes in, because I buy for the store, so everything that comes in, I have a really good handle on what the fit is going to be and how it's going to work. Please, I would prefer people send in a note, send in an email, contact us first before you purchase something, before you purchase and then you don't like the item, or you purchase. I wouldn't say not liking it is kind of valid, because we put very detailed pictures on the site, very like zoomed in close-up pictures on the site so you can see. But I don't want anyone to grab something and it doesn't fit or whatever. If you do need advice, if there's something that you want to talk about, if there's something that you want to know, I'm going to continue to repeat, please contact us on the contact us page. So today I'm going to talk about dresses that are some of my favorite dresses. And sorry, if I'm looking in different directions, it's because I'm going live on different platforms. So ruched dresses. So when I was doing dress reviews earlier in the summer, essentially just making videos where I actually try on the clothing myself and I give you like an honest opinion of it. Let me tell you, I feel like I want to go back to that just because it gives me even good insight on outfits. So me doing dress reviews gave me information like a lot of information about stretch on outfits, a lot of information on obviously for sizing, but things like dresses as a woman, depending on your shape, depending on your height, whatever, we all have different body types, and I swear like it's a little thing where the medium fits that much different from the large. The extra large fits that much different. Like you have an item where in one dress I could be a medium, in another dress I'm an extra small, and it just really depends on the fabric of the dress. This is something that, this is why we also, even in the sizing guide on the videos, on the website, there's a size guide that kind of gives you a little bit of insight into, and it should be common sense, but I put it out just in case you're going on there and helping you make an informed decision. So I talk about things like which of the dresses or the fabric types give more support, which ones are going to suck you in more, which ones are going to have the most stretch. Yes, it is supposed to be something that's supposed to be straightforward, but it doesn't matter. I still give the information anyway, and then you can kind of figure it out for yourself. Like if you're very slender and you know, I tried something on and I'm a medium in it, then you might want to go into an extra small, even though the size guide normally would maybe indicate a certain item. You might want to go in a different direction just because of that. Sorry guys, give me a second. Okay, yes, so as I was saying, my favorite dresses are ruched dresses, 100%. Simply because ruched dresses are dresses you do not have to worry about as far as fitting goes. Ruched dresses and bandage dresses, now it just really depends on your body type. Because I'm curvy, those are the things that I think about. When you need something, if you have the kind of body type where you are between sizes, and what I mean is different parts of you will fit a different size. You may be larger in the bust, smaller in the waist. You may be wider in the waist, more narrow in the hips. Whatever the personal situation is for you, you're gonna need something that has a lot of stretch. It's very accommodating. For me, that is ruched dresses, because you essentially are going to size a ruched dress to the smallest size of your body, the smallest part of your body, sorry. So if you normally wear a medium on your waist, you're gonna kind of size it to the medium of your waist, and you will hopefully have enough stretch. Like, now I've seen situations where people are like a medium in the waist and like a 2XL in their hips. You have a unique body type. You have to acknowledge that. That is going to take a lot more research. Usually people who have that sort of body type, it's like you're gonna need extra stretchy clothes, and you're probably only gonna wear stretchy clothes. But for people in normal ranges who still have a bit of my god, one of these phones dying, who still have a bit of why am I saying the sizing is disproportionate. Ruched dresses, bandage dresses, and what other dress would I say? Anything stretchy, obviously. Ruched dresses I like best, simply because they usually come with some sort of like double layer, so it kind of masks any little imperfections here. So you'll see things like this kind of have like additional fabric over top. So, you know, at the bottom, it just kind of flows on your skin, and then this will kind of, the top layer will just kind of mask everything that's going on. So this one, now, I was supposed to come on here, and normally I plan to come on live where I have the website in front of me. I can give you the name of the outfit. I can tell you the price and etc. I've just gone through, I've been delayed today trying to get on live and do the lives in the way that I need to do. So devices are indisposed right now. It is what it is. The show always goes on. So I don't have the website in front of me. I'm using both my devices. I don't have the website in front of me. However, if you search Ruched, spelled Ruched, if you search Ruched on the website, you will see items as they come up. This one is actually one of my favorites. It does have a smaller cup, so do take that into consideration. Sheer sleeves, so you can definitely still wear it in the summer. Something like this is definitely all season. It's tight, it's fitted. As small as this looks, and let me just get the size. This is a medium, and depending on who you are, and that's the amazing thing about anything ruched, if you're a large, depending on what you look like, you could still probably get away with this. When you're shopping online, I recommend, if you are curvy, you definitely want to get things that are stretchy to save your life. There are people who tend to get it exact to size or one size bigger just to be safe. I say just trust your best judgment. You know your body type. One thing that I will say, one consideration for our clothing, because we do put the clothing on our mannequins, And looking at this mannequin, I want to say it's a small. I would not say it's an extra small. I would say it's a small. One thing to consider about body types, and I feel like people who are this particular builds can kind of understand what I mean by this. If you're a slender build, but you are very muscular, even though you look very tight and very firm, you're probably gonna be a bigger size. So what I mean by that is you might look like a small, but because you are very muscular, you might end up being a medium. And we used to see that in store all the time. That's something to take into consideration when you're purchasing. And those are things too sometimes where I visually might look at somebody and say like they look like a small and they take a different size. So though the mannequin looks quite skinny, the mannequin is solid. So it's not made of flesh where it can like squeeze into things. If something doesn't stretch on the mannequin, it's not going to stretch. So the mannequin's actually a small. So if you look at the mannequin and you're more or less kind of in that size band, then you're gonna go with a small. And that's kind of my way of figuring it out. If you're smaller than the mannequin, then you're gonna go for an extra small, and then you can kind of adjust for there. I feel like once you're buying on a website, you kind of have to use your judgment. So for myself personally, when I shop online, after the first item that I buy, I know what size I am. Use the size chart that we have, measure yourself, just go that, I know it's, it's a bit of a pain, but go that extra step to measure yourself. It is a universal size chart. So universal size charts are not going to be precise. What I mean by that is because different clothing is just going to fit differently, and that depends on the fabric. Something like this, like a satin material, could be satin, could not have stretch, could be satin, could have stretch. Ruched, definitely going to have stretch. Bandage, going to have stretch. What other fabrics do we have? Something like a cotton. I try to always go for items that do have more stretch in them, just because I know the difficulty for women in general in shopping. It's not like shopping for a t-shirt. So and you want it to fit a certain way because it is a dress. Just use your best judgment. I mean, most adult women, it's not the first time, you can walk in a store, take a look at a piece of clothing and tell if it's gonna fit you. So there is this one. This one comes in baby blue. And like I said, I feel kind of handicapped because I did want to tell you guys the price of it. I want to say I think it's like $79.99 Canadian. But if you go on the website, you're going to see it. This is not a last call item because this is probably going to come back. This is really cute. And then the blue that it comes in is a baby blue, one of my favorite colors for just like in general, clothing, accessories, whatnot. I am also in love with this one. I tried this one on. Actually, I had a picture of myself on the website in this one. I had to take it down. It was just like an emergency picture that had to go up. So it clips and it has like a bra clip. So once this hooks, it's like you can see, it's like a hook, and once it catches, it stays. Because one of the questions that we used to get about this dress is it gonna pop open? And the answer is no, believe me. I made content in the one that I had. I can't remember if I kept it or not. I could have easily kept it. I always favor dresses that have some sort of a shared sleeve, because share sleeve, I feel like, is all season. It's light enough that you can wear it, say if you were to take it on vacation, somewhere tropical, somewhere warm. Light enough for summer. You obviously can wear it in the winter time. But there was something else I was going to say about a sheer sleeve and I don't remember now. Lost my train of thought. Anyways, it'll come back to me. I'm a huge fan of sheer sleeves. Also, women, we always have problem spots that all of us universally complain about, whether it's valid or not. So arms and stomach, those are the two top complaints that we get in regards to women not liking their bodies. Everybody doesn't like their arms. Everybody doesn't like their stomach, whether it's true or not, whether it makes sense or not. So I am not here to debate people anymore. I used to be like, oh my God, you look fine, but it doesn't matter. It's according to the girl and what she wants for herself and what she likes for herself. So sheer sleeves, if you see sleeves and you're buying for summer, this is a sheer sleeve. It is different from when something has a sleeve like that. These are not sleeves that you're going to be warm in when you wear them in warmer weather. If you're wearing a sleeve, something with a sleeve like this in AC and it's really cold, you're still going to be chilly. So, excuse me, it's not a real sleeve. If you can wear a ruche dress, so to show you, this is the dress, and then this is the interior of the dress, and then you can see the difference with the fabric and the difference with the actual interior of the dress. If you can wear a ruche dress and the body of the dress is like this, then you have nothing to worry about with the sleeve. If it were sleeveless and you would wear it, then you can definitely wear it with the sleeve. So that is not just me saying that. That is also how I go about choosing and wearing my outfits. This sheer sleeve, it's like if I blew right through it, you would feel the air on the other side. This item is another inexpensive item. This one also comes in black. As you guys know, the blacks always go first. Who knows how many we have in stock? When it comes to black, we're never gonna have a lot of them in stock. If you see a black and you're a person who likes black, please grab it. I wanna say I feel like this is $79.99. I do not feel like it's more than that. That being the case, it also comes in baby blue as well. So that being the case, I would run, not walk to grab this dress. Honestly, these are all very inexpensive options, a lot of stretch. Because this doesn't, it would have been maybe similar if it did zip up, but because it clips up, you can get away. So let's see, what size is this? This is a large. You could probably get away with this if you're an extra large because it's a stretchy fabric and it opens all the way in the front and it clips. And the other piece of it too, it has this additional lining piece right here. So when you do clip it, it doesn't show, like it won't show what you're wearing underneath. So it will hide you. I know those were concerns people had when they were originally buying. This is not going to be a valid concern. Don't worry about it. This dress is very, 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 very worth it. Anything that you can buy that you do not need to overthink, you do not need to worry about if you're bloated that day, if you know it's your time of the month, whatever concerns that we all have as women, you do not need to worry about with ruche dresses. Ruche dresses are a big deal to me. I talk about it all the time. Every time I do a dress review or I did a dress review where I tried something on, a ruche dress is a big deal. I love it and I typically automatically love it. This one here, these two that we're gonna come to, these are interesting. See, this is why I actually feel like coming live and making this kind of content is important because I can actually give feedback on different outfits. So first and foremost, this one is gorgeous. The fit, bar none. The fit on this is amazing. The fit on this cannot be compared to a lot of things, and I'll tell you why. So I tried this on. This was one of my favorite. I was a size small in this one. Let me see what size this one is. This is a medium. I was a size small in this. And look at how the medium already looks small as it is. I was a size small. Pros and cons to it, however. So pro, the fit is amazing. It masks everything. You feel amazing in it. And there's something about it that makes you look skinnier. Another pro is the sleeve. It is another one of these kind of sheer sleeves and it's a bell sleeve. So if you do not like your arms, the bigger the sleeve, the better. Like you can literally, the sleeve is about almost the same size as like the dress. It's a very big sleeve. It's meant to drape. It has sort of like a, I don't know what you would call this, like an elastic at the wrist. So it does give like a bubble effect. It's very cute. The cons with it, I wear this over the shoulder and not down. Reason being, and not like off the shoulder. Reason being, there isn't a lot of support in here. So there is wiring, a V wiring right on here on the bust part of it, but that's it. Otherwise, you're gonna need to wear a bra with this. And I'm not a huge fan, personally, I'm giving my personal opinion. I am not a huge fan of the V cut, because had it just been closed, you could have worn a bra or like something underneath with it. But because it is a V cut, it's like, if you're not gonna wear anything underneath, you can see that. If you are gonna wear something underneath, you can see what you're gonna wear underneath. So honest review when it comes to it, I mean, I didn't care. I loved it anyway, so I was gonna grab it anyway, because in the small, your waist is gonna look really small. Like, this really accentuated my body. There's no other way to put it. It has a zipper in the back. And any dress that is ruched and has that one line going down the back, and then has sort of like that draping on either side, it doesn't matter how curvy you are, it just accentuates you more. So we have a ton of dresses that look like that, and I feel like, yeah, this dress looks like that as well. These are amazing buys, honestly. As far as dresses go, I want to say everything that I have in my hand is like $79.99 Canadian, which would mean it's maybe about like 40 something dollars US. When I look at the conversion of the dress prices in US, I genuinely am like so sad. It's very inexpensive, and these are inexpensive but guaranteed buys, as far as not overthinking how it's gonna fit. If you see the picture on a mannequin, if you see the picture on the website, you like how it fits the mannequin, it's going to fit you the exact same way. That's the beauty of ruched dresses. Now, I only have 4 ruched dresses here today to discuss. However, on the website, we have a bunch more ruched dress designs. Please, by all means, I implore you, we have a ruched dress category. Go to shop all, click that link, and you'll see all the categories, and just kind of like go through, and you'll see the ruched dresses, etc. This one also has the same sort of back detail. So it has where the zipper goes, it has that one line down, and then it kind of drapes on either side. Same balloon sleeve concepts. It's the same concept as the last dress that I just showed. So it has a balloon sleeve. It has the elastic on the wrist, but on the bust is a different story. Now, it just depends on the girl wearing it, and it depends on what your body type is. These are not necessarily the kind of dresses where you have to have a perfect body type and you have to be flawless for them to look good. That's not, hopefully people know that's not how clothing is supposed to work. You have to kind of know at some point what works well for you. Please use your best judgment. This is not boning in here. There is no boning in this part, in the bust part of the dress. None at all. Which means that this is for aesthetic purposes. It looks like it has this little detail. This is for aesthetic purposes only. This is not going to provide you any support, which means that you have to figure out the support part of the garment yourself. And some of these garments, so what size is this? This is a large. And as you'll see, it doesn't look like a large. Why? Because these have ton of stretch. These, even in the top here, you'll see a ton of stretch. So I would take, for myself, honestly, I would still take a small in this one. If you take the small, keep into consideration the length that it's going to be. That is the only thing. The small might fit, you know, like around your the diameter of your body. It might fit amazingly. However, it might be just a bit short. So that's what you have to excuse me, have to think about in regards to dresses like this. I'm gonna tell you, all of the zippers on these dresses are trustworthy. Why do I talk about things like this? Because I actually buy with these considerations. These are the things that I think about when I'm buying. Is the zipper going to be trustworthy? We've had in the early days with the store zippers coming undone and falling apart. It's like growing pains that you have. So a zipper is a big consideration, because if you're going to be buying something and you're actually a medium and you're going to be buying a small, it means that it's going to be very tight, and zipping it up is going to be a bit of an issue. And if zipping it up is going to be an issue, you need a strong zipper. So things like, let's say, bandage dresses will have zippers that are decent enough. Give me a second. Phone's dying. Going live on any platform the first couple of times is a very interesting thing until you get comfortable with the whole live experience. I kid you not. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. We got our battery back on the camera. What was I saying? Zippers. Zippers are important, ladies. So there are too many times where I decide I'm gonna go down a size in an outfit just so that it can fit snug, just so that it can fit well, and then the zipper breaks on zipping it up because the garment is cheap. Even on inexpensive items, I still try to make sure that it has a decent zipper on it. Only 2 of those items had zippers. Both of them are good zippers. Now, if we get an item and it has a cheap zipper on it, it's probably a very inexpensive item. And not only is it inexpensive, I'm probably going to discontinue it. I'm probably going to sell it for less. And I'm probably going to make a note that says, please be wary of the zipper. Please take your size, etc., etc. Sometimes that's just how it goes for boutiques when we go ahead and grab clothing. That's just how it works for us. We're not always going to get the best quality of clothing. So, I've had a period of time where everybody was like, where do you get your clothing? Where do you get your clothing? It's a boutique. We get clothing everywhere. So when you're sourcing items and you're not sourcing them on mass scale, you're not sourcing a whole bunch of items at a time, a lot of times, sometimes what we get and what we saw, sometimes it's inconsistent. Please take that into consideration when we price things. So please do not go on the website and see something priced at $9.99 and it's a beautiful dress and then say, oh my goodness, this and that. Read the descriptions on the items. Some of the items that are being sold are already damaged items. And we say that this item is a couple $100 cheaper because it is a damaged item. Please take that into consideration before you purchase, because what's going to happen is if it were normally a if it were normally a damaged item and you purchase it and it was in the description, it's not going to be eligible for return or refund. That is really important to take into consideration. I said that I was going to talk about this bag yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it. I did a whole sort of like what's in my bag video with this bag on YouTube. By the way, please check out the YouTube. Can I pin a comment? Let me see if I can pin a comment on here. I cannot pin a comment. I can pin messages, but I can't pin a comment. Okay, I don't know what to do about that. So let me just do it here. Please check out our YouTube if you haven't. YouTube I never really considered it from before, but YouTube for clothing businesses it just makes sense, because when I started putting content on there, I'm like, you know what, you actually get to see the item from different angles. You get to see it on someone. I know that often it's on a model or whatnot, but even for myself, when I try on dresses myself and I do dress reviews, I'm a real person, I'm not a model. So I can actually tell you things like, how great is it on the stomach area? How great is it on problem areas? How easy is it to put on, take off, etc., etc. And I know it's like, it used to kind of come off as funny commentary, like, oh my God, I almost got stuck in this dress. And there were a couple of dresses I took sizes too small and almost got stuck in the dress. But that stuff is good to know. It's good to know. Sometimes you have an item where the zipper is in an awkward place, like it might be under the arm instead of at the back, which I don't know why they do that. It's hard to get into, and then the zipper is under the arm instead of the back. All of these things you have to know. These are all things that you have to know. So I did a whole on the YouTube. I did a whole what's in my bag for this bag. I'm gonna do like a mini version of that right now. Not necessarily telling you what's in my bag, but really just kind of describing to you a little bit about this bag. Why? Because I loved the bag when it came in. I hesitated, but I finally kept one for myself. So first things first, the bag has damage on it. This is one of the strongest crystal bags I've ever came in contact with. This bag has damage on it, and the amount of damage it has on it is nothing near how rigorously I use this bag. Like, I mean, I beat this bag up. I wore it every day as like a work bag because it's freaking cute. So double handles, and it looks like a little shopping bag, and it can hold everything. So in the what's in the bag video that I did, I literally had wallet, a big bunch of keys. No, not a big bunch of keys. I had wallet, keys. I had crystals. I had like a big lotion. I had all kinds of things in here, to be honest with you. I had everything you could think of in this bag. This will hold everything, and that's why it's good as an everyday bag. It's basically like a shopping bag, but a crystal bag. It's finally on sale. It used to be $291, so almost $300, and it's finally on sale now. It's $149. They are brand new, the ones that you're gonna get. They're not gonna be like mine that's beat up. This bag is heavy to hold. The bag has a base that is a variation of leather. Now, leather comes in different grades. Just because you don't like the grade of leather does not mean it's not genuine leather. This bag also has, it has some sort of like, I would assume it's gonna be a cardboard that's inside that keeps its shape. The stands obviously make sense for it because the leather stays intact. I wore this maybe for a couple months straight, almost close to a year straight. It has a long strap, so I wore it both as a crossbody and handheld. The strap comes off. You can use the strap for other things. The strap is an amazing material. And just to give you some contrast between this cheaper version, this version is $24.99 Canadian or $18 US. And the chain in this one, super different, if you can see. This is a cheaper chain. This is a chain of a bag you actually want, okay? Like I say, we price things based on, and believe me, I scour, when I want something, I scour manufacturers to make sure that I can get the best price and the best quality combination. Like, it needs to make sense. And I had to go with this one because it's the best quality that I have ever seen of this bag. This bag's really popular. Now it's time to get a good deal on it. I can't remember how many we have in stock on the website. It's just something that you want to, like, honestly, you really want this bag. It's, the clasp is magnetic, double lined on the inside. Even the lining of this is thick and high quality. Even the lining of it, properly stitched, properly sewn. I'm really being honest. Like, this is not being biased. This is my bag. And even with the, it's just one of those things, it's so cute. Even with the damage, it doesn't change how I feel about it. Like, I love this bag. I think it looks like Alexander Wang. I think that's the, it should be Alexander Wang. I think that's the designer that it looks like. So, you know, I shouldn't have to say this to women, but there were a bunch of men who came up with this idea that our stuff was like copies of designer stuff. Okay. Everywhere, in every store, from Zara to H&M to Aldo, everything starts from the runway and trickles down. That women know that, so women don't need to be told that. This is why it looks like something else. Everything that comes from the runway that is gorgeous, it trickles down. That's called trickle down fashion. That's like an actual term. So it does look like the Alexander Wang. And let's be honest, which women actually cared about that? I don't think any of us care about it. We just care about how it looks, how it's gonna go with your outfit, etc., etc. If somebody cares about the fact that it's Alexander Wang, I'm assuming they have Alexander Wang money and they gotta go over there, right? For the rest of us, we're not willing to invest. I'm assuming something with this much crystal on it is probably like 3,000 plus. For those of us who are regular human beings and who are not multimillionaires and are responsible, we are going to invest our money, ladies, in houses and land and businesses, and we're gonna come and we're gonna buy it for $150. Am I right or am I right? So this bag is one of my favorite bags, and I truly do mean that. I'm not just saying that. There are some bags, I like them, they're amazing, but this is my favorite bag. I don't often take things from the store, but when I do, I take some of the best stuff. There's also like netting in here as well. What does this look like? I wish I could show it. Let me see if I can get a close-up. Okay, yeah. That netting that's in there, let me see if I can show it for Instagram. That netting that's in there, a crystal fell off of it and the netting itself didn't rip. That's how durable this bag is. So one of these stones fell out because it got slammed in a car door. Another one, I can't remember how, like, it takes a beating. I'll tell you that. It takes a beating. This was dragging all over the place and I was working every single day. So that being the case, please understand that when you purchase this bag, you're not just purchasing this bag one day for one occasion. You're purchasing this bag for this to remain in your closet as a closet staple. This holds everything that you have in your purse right now. This is gonna take your wallet, normal sized wallets. It's gonna take your keys. It's gonna take your phone/phones. It's gonna take everything that you could think of. I promise you, this will hold as much as a bag that's a lot bigger. I promise you. I've had times where I've had, like, we used to have a can t-shirt with our logo on it and I didn't want to wear it in and out. So I would fold up the t-shirt and put it in here along with everything else in my bag. Please understand, closet staple. You're going to have this bag and years later, you're going to pull it out of your closet. Someone's going to see it and ask you, where is it from? A lot of times when I purchase things, you know, for us, it's not it hasn't necessarily been about having a store that has like staple items. I've always said that if you're looking for staple items, if you're looking for t-shirts, if you're looking for particular things that you know you can rewear all the time, this is probably not the place. We are items that you're going to go out in and people are going to ask you, where did you get them from? That's what we are about. Everything I take time and energy to select. Everything here is unique and it is beautiful. So when things are priced, they are priced according to what makes sense. This is how I price. Well, there's a number of factors. But anyway, if you see an item, for example, something like this shoe, very unique. We sold out of this extremely quickly. I look at different things when I'm going for an item. Like I look at the satin finish on the shoe, the fact that the feathers are real feathers, the lace, the drawstring lace. So this one, listen, you could wrap this around your ankle. You can tie it all the way up at your calf. You can wear it for different outfits. The stones, the quality of the stones on here and what the likelihood is for the stones to fall off, that's serious for me. Because I'm looking at it like, would I wear it? I'm not a person who likes to shop very often, but what I have, it's like I have a closet full of very unique things. Everything in there is like beautiful. That being the case, that's how I shop for the store by extension. Everything is gorgeous. Everything is top of the line. Not just in quality, I look for in comfort, and so it's kind of priced the same. This is an item I would say It's a little bit of a cheaper quality, so I price it cheaper, but it's still cute. If you just wanted a really cute bag and you went to the website, this is a huge disparity in the cost of these items, but it kind of has the same function more or less. So one would be 18 US, and I think this is like honestly 108 US, something like that. For the disparity between in cost between the two, honestly, it just depends on your budget. Excuse me, myself personally, I would go for this one, the quality of it. And like I said, excuse me, if you go to other sites that sell this bag, they sell it in and around the same price. So I've seen this bag US 200, 250, 300. It's the quality of the bag. That's really what it boils down to. That's why everybody kind of sells it in and around the same price. It is the quality of the bag. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about is our clutch. This comes in rose gold and like a yellow gold. So like gold. This right here, one of one, we only have one of each color left. Only one of each. This is in the last call section. Anything in the last call section, please do not wait, do not consider, because it probably means the stock is very low and we're just trying to get rid of it. If you see something in the last call section and it's inexpensive, please do grab it. Now, when I select things again, it's with these kind of things in mind. So, following trends and trend alerts. When I got this, I can't remember what brand it reminded me of, but I think it was Bottega or Bulgari that Kim Kardashian had the yellow gold version of something that looked like this. I think, what shape is this? Is this an octagon? I don't, please don't quote me on it. Correct me if you guys want, it's fine. Whatever the shape was, she had it in a yellow gold, and the gold was a beautiful shade of gold. It wasn't too gold, and it wasn't like, so if you look at yellow gold, I don't like gold that's too yellow. To me, I feel like it looks very cheap, so it has to be like the right shade of gold. It was the right shade of gold, and I remembered it because I thought that is the most perfect shade of gold. I remember thinking that when I saw hers, and then when I found this, it only made sense. Because despite the cost of something, if you purchase something, something can be inexpensive, but despite the cost of what the item is, it needs to look good. It needs to look classy. So someone like myself, some things I pay a lot of money for, some things I don't really care about going over the top with it. Like as far as the price. A clutch, am I gonna get everyday wear out of it? It's gonna sit in my closet. Like, something like this, if it were designer, is going to be a couple $1,000s. You probably don't want to go with this. Okay? Like, my opinion. Again, if you do want to spend a couple thousand on it, I love it for you. If it makes sense for you, just because I wouldn't does not mean there's anything wrong with doing that. However, for me, because of the amount of wear I would get out of this, like if I even wore this once a year, I would say that I've worn it a lot. So for me, I wouldn't spend on that, but I still want it to look rich. Because a piece that I would spend on, say a really nice coat, say some really nice shoes, the shoes cannot be amazing and the bag looks cheap. I hope that makes sense. When the shoes are designer or the shoes are beautiful and the bag looks cheap, it looks off. When your hair and your makeup and your outfit looks really nice and your accessories look cheap, it does look off. So I would recommend with everything in me, if you're going for accessories, the way we take care of our accessories or the way we purchase our accessories is we like to make sure that they look expensive. So that's the first thing. The crystals on here are beautiful and they're properly inlaid. And what I mean by that, what I mean by proper inlay is that the stones will not easily fall out. So this one has been around with us for a while and it's still intact. It's gone through sitting on shelves. It's gone through being in certain places. It's gone through customers touching it. Now, I don't know for this one particular, if it's this one, but I'm saying when we have samples of this bag in store, it's just been around the world and still the crystals are still intact and it still makes sense. The way that it clips, it unclips at the top right here just by lifting it, and then the inside of it. Now, I will tell you, this is what I mean by a gold that's too yellow, is the shade of the gold on the inside here. This is a gold that's too yellow. The chain is kind of mid between the quality of the very cheap bag that I showed before and the very expensive bag. It's not the highest quality, however, it's not the, to me personally, it's not like the best, it's not like the greatest, it's not the highest, but it's not the end of the world. It's not super heavy, but it's not super cheap. Usually it will come with a little packet with some extra crystals. I don't know if that, if with some extra crystals where you can repair it yourself if you have an issue with any sort of repair concerns. You have extra crystals. If you're a DIY person like myself, I repair my own items. That's a big deal to me. Just buy some crazy glue, like the really strong crazy glue, anywhere, you know, Walmart, you know, wherever, and just patch up things yourself. This, I believe, was 85 Canadian, which would probably make it, I want to say maybe in the 60s range in the US, in US dollars. But listen, look at the way this glistens. Very much worth it. On the site right now, and I think we only have 2 more of them left. So I think we have this one, and I think we have rose gold. If we found another one, it's just one of those situations where we find it because it's like a random one that we stumble on. If you see this on the site and there's any left and you want it, please grab it. Very beautiful. Now, I'm a person as well. I'll wear things like clutches and things like that in situations where it doesn't call for a clutch because I like it, because it's unique. My style is very different. I don't usually wear things like when I dress up, I don't wear things always that are normal. And, you know, it is what it is. I feel like fashion should be, you should play with it. It shouldn't be that serious. Like there are some people that are like, you can only wear white after Labor Day and whatever. I'm not that kind of person. Is there anything else that I want to talk about? Nothing that I had planned. I don't have other ruched dresses that I have pulled out because otherwise I would show it. However, everything is on the website. Please do check it out. I've already done like an hour, so I'm going to hop off now. Anyway, the website is linked in the bio on every platform, www.shopcan.com. We are constantly updating. We're constantly throwing more items on the website, so you got to check back daily, and I really do mean daily. As many pictures as we can put on there, as many details as possible are on there, because again, I want to make sure that people feel good about making a decision, like very close up pictures and whatnot. I want people to feel good about making decisions to purchase. And that is pretty much all I can think about. Please check the website. It's the redesigned website. I feel like all the information that we need has already been put up. So please check it out. It's okay to leave feedback and let us know what you guys think. And of course, I'm going to continue to mention this. Contact us on the Contact Us page before you pull the trigger on purchases. Don't just pull the trigger blindly. And then, you know, have concerns later that you did not address. So I'm okay with kind of consulting on things like sizing or anything like that. Essentially, I feel the void of not being in store and having like an in-store walk-in location anymore. I do feel the void of that, only because I seriously feel like women shopping in person is the most ideal way to shop. So now that we're not in person anymore, I do feel that void, and I feel for people who were used to shopping with us in person. Please, if you have any questions, concerns, let us know. We're very active on YouTube, and we are getting more active on Instagram now. leave questions, comments, or concerns on whichever platform. We're pulling away from emails so much and using more of the contact us page on the website for inquiries. And the last thing, please keep it respectful and let it make sense, because if it doesn't, we're just going to delete it and ignore it. And it's just, it's going to fall on deaf ears. Just, I shouldn't have to say that, but we've dealt with enough of this already. So, I feel like some businesses go through things like that, and some go through it a little bit more than others. We being us, Can being one, that we've gone through silliness more than probably others. So we love to hear from you. Let me know if you have questions, comments, concerns, whatnot in regards to purchases, and we are available. Thank you, ladies, for watching. And after this gets posted in, maybe I might try to do chapters where you can kind of click through and just keep checking for updates on the website as we add more and more things. Thank you and have a great day.